Hello witches, it's Dragabella. I haven't made a video in a while. I've been doing a lot of reading, it being the dark half of the year. I do have an interesting book recommendation for those of you who enjoy conspiracy theories and things like that. If you guys follow things like those conspiracy theories, if the Illuminati actually exist, or what their involvement is in world government and that kind of stuff. Some people believe that they don't exist at all. Some people believe it's just simply a secret society. Some people believe it's just conspiracy. Some people believe that this book that I'm going to recommend may be a hoax. Either way, it's an interesting read. There's some really interesting stuff in it. Supposedly, it is an actual, at least the website itself is a .org, it seems to be a legitimate website when you go to the sources in the book. But it is interesting, and it does seem to follow along with some of what I know about, or at least what I've read. Up until recently, until December of last year, December of 2015, there had been nothing either acknowledging or denying officially regarding the organization. Many people theorize that our country was founded by some of the early original members. Some people believe that the organization stems from forms of Gnosticism, the Masonic order, different brotherhoods. There's different little takeoffs, organizations that are kind of takeoffs from this supposed organization. But anyway, in December, they came out supposedly as being official, admitting their existence and wanting to clarify some of the misconceptions. So, of course, I had to get the book because being involved in anything occult associated, anything mystical, magical, secret, those of us who are involved in this kind of stuff, it's very interesting, even if it's not real, to kind of investigate, find out, hear other people's opinions about it. And so this is the book. It's called The Illuminatium, the First Testament of the Illuminati. And they do have a website, and there's several websites that they have links to, and they have little blips of kind of like positive little sayings, and those of us who are kind of in the know as far as things that are of an esoteric nature, we might be able to interpret these things in a deeper way. But the idea behind the book is that it's very easy read. It's very short. It's easy to understand. So basically, for those people who have nothing to do with occultism, who are just curious, they'll be able to read it and understand it. People who are more in the know as far as the conspiracy theories and that will be very pleased at the things that they admit in this book, because the reason that some people may think it's a hoax is because in the book they basically admit to all kinds of mind control, that basically they've had control of the world since the history of the world, pretty much. That all the government organizations, all of this has been planned from the beginning of time, and that before this generation was even conceived, they had already planned how they were going to infiltrate our minds, because the idea is that humanity is either too stupid or too oblivious to kind of really care. Most of society is kind of just interested in their own day-to-day life to care. But for those of us who are interested in things of a higher nature, occultism, the betterment of humanity, they kind of call out to people like that in this book, saying, if you play your cards right, you could possibly have positions of leadership and all that kind of stuff. So I'm interested to hear other people's take on this, if they think it's just like a hoax, making fun of people who are conspiracy theory. It does kind of put a positive twist on the organization. And for those of us who are up to date with like pop culture and stuff like that, you will notice that the symbols that they claim to be their symbols in the book are the symbols that are everywhere, all over Disney, all over the media, all over the popular clothes and things. You'll see the symbols, like for example, the eye, the triangle. You see people doing the one eye all over the media and all that. Anybody who's anybody seems to be wearing the symbol and all of that. So the book basically, in conclusion, says that they're going to take over the world, and you better get hip with it, because humanity's in big trouble. And I noticed that some of the major pop star kind of people, idols, are either going one extreme or the other. Yeah, if you know Russell Brand, he's doing like a whole save the planet humanitarian thing, which if you listen to him speak, it's really amazing. He has amazing ideas, and no matter what walk of life you come from, he kind of, even if you don't want to like him, you kind of have to. He kind of like wins you over with his humor, his down-to-earth attitude. He makes fun of a lot of the more serious media people. Like, he's on interviews with like news people, and they try to criticize him, and he kind of just takes them down a notch, which you have to kind of like him for that. But yeah, so I watched a bunch of the stuff that he had to say about really getting together as humanitarians who and changing the way things are going, because we're on a path to self-destruction. And so this book kind of, I think, played along those lines, saying that some major changes have to be made or we're gonna like extinguish the human race, type of thing. So just an interesting thing. I was interested to find out that there was a book, and supposedly another one's going to come out. I read it in like half an hour. It's a really tiny book, but I was just curious. I wanted to see what the whole hype was, because apparently lots of people have bought it. It kind of is more for the younger generation. If you don't want to spend the money and you're into more thrifty, witchy stuff for the practice, this is nothing to do with that. It's just kind of curiosity. If you want to satisfy your curiosity about what this organization's all about, definitely it gives you some insight. It's a little creepy, but you know, it's interesting to hear if it's what people think, if it's a hoax, if it's real, what your take on it is. All right. Oh, and I wanted to share my witchy outfit of the day. My son said that I looked like a witch because of my my dress and my kind of Nikki Stevie Nicks kind of style scarf with the you know, the lacy lace. So this is my witchy outfit of the day. Okay, guys, blessed be. Bye.